SABA. It's wonderful. Oh, thanks so much for having me. As Leah mentioned, I'm Dr. Trevor Colm. I'm a chiropractor right here in South Austin. You may be wondering why I'm talking about brilliant brains today. Well, for you newcomers, I had a serious brain injury in 2009 that wiped out my short-term memory. I couldn't remember anything. I had to drop out of school, couldn't be around bright lights. My social life kind of sucked, as you can imagine. And so 3 months go by and I'm not improving at all. And I decided to see a chiropractor. And within a few short weeks, my memory came back. I was able to go back to school and graduate. Completely transformed my life. And I can confidently say that my brain works so much better now than it ever did before the brain injury. So I'm very passionate about brain health and sharing that with this community. So we have a huge epidemic of brain disease on the rise in this country. Currently, every 66 seconds, a new person is diagnosed with Alzheimer's. By 2050, I will be 65. It will be every 33 seconds. In the 70s, the rate of autism was 1 in 2,000. Now it's 1 in 88. The prevalence of ADHD quadrupled between 2000 and 2010. So we have a huge problem here that nobody's really talking about, and worse yet, nobody's providing a solution for. So here's some early warning signs of poor brain function. So poor posture, joint pain, craving sugar and caffeine, poor concentration, worrying or a busy mind, disease, any kind of a diagnosis. Our brain regulates all of our physiology, so sick bodies come from sick brains. So we're going to do a little brain anatomy lesson here. So there's two areas of the brain we're most concerned with. The first is called the cerebellum. So it's at the back of the head right here. Fancy word, you don't have to remember it. But it controls our movement and our posture. The second area we're most concerned with is actually the most important area in the brain. That's called the frontal lobe. So that is right here at the forehead. So this is the part of the brain that separates us from all other species on the planet. So this is everything we see in this room, from these tables, these chairs, the delicious tacos, our cell phones. They all originated as a thought in the frontal lobe of a human being, and our frontal lobe was able to manifest that into reality. This is what allows us to feel abundance, to feel connection with human beings, to feel love. One of the most important things the frontal lobe does, though, is it allows us to adapt to stress. 9 of the top 10 leading causes of death in America are a direct result of stress. Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, upper respiratory infections, and so on. So we need to keep our brain healthy so we can adapt to stress, so that stress doesn't affect our physiology in such a negative way. So the 3 biggest causes of poor brain function: too much sitting, too much screen time, and poor spinal health. And this third one may seem new to many of you. I'm going to address that in just a minute. So we've come up with the brilliant brain solution. So we need smart workstations, we need to become screen smart, and we need to become spine smart. So smart workstations. This is wonderful. We've had many people today stand up and talk about selling office furniture. They'd be great resources for this. But we need properly positioned stand-up desks. This is going to keep our cerebellum healthy. The guidelines are saying that for every 15 minutes of inactivity, we need 90 seconds of movement. So maybe take a little break from resting your eyes from the screen at work. Do some lunges to the water cooler. Do some jumping jacks and go get yourself a cup of coffee. Now, this is Austin. We can embrace our weirdness, right? It's totally acceptable here. That's going to keep our brains healthy. So screen dangers. This is one that I really see nobody talking about. We've all seen this picture. We can look around anywhere in Austin, we're going to see this, right? So screens damage the frontal lobe, and they cause the stress response to become overactive. Okay? It also damages the pleasure centers in our brain, so it makes it difficult for us to feel joy, and we actually get addicted to these screens. They release a neurochemical called dopamine, which is very addictive, and so you'll see people are constantly on their phones checking Facebook and social media, right? So this can be very damaging to the brain. Again, that negatively affects the frontal lobes. So the American Association for Pediatrics, for those of you with kiddos, recommends 0 screen time for kids under the age of 2. Absolutely. So autism and ADHD are both caused by damage to the right frontal lobe, the right side of the frontal lobe. So we got to get these kiddos off screens. We got to keep their brains healthy, set them up for a good life. No screens 2 hours before bed. So if we're going to bed in a stressed state, we're not able to regulate our hormones. Our body's not going to be able to repair properly. We're just going to be fatigued all the time. So we want to keep the brightness and the resolution on our screens as low as possible, okay, without straining our eyes. Use AI whenever possible, so artificial intelligence. This one's kind of fun, right? So if we're looking to have a good time, naturally we're going to call up Ron Urias, right? Because he's a ton of fun.
Yeah, Ariana, naturally.
So rather than pulling out our phone and looking through our contacts or dialing his number, we can use Siri or Google. You can just talk to your phone and have it make a phone call for you. And it will do text messages, emails, it'll set reminders. So there's all kinds of ways we can have fun with this technology to minimize the amount of time we're staring at our phones. And this is going to keep our frontal lobes.
Trevor, the 2 hours before bed, that's for adults?
It's for everybody.
Everybody? Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Would that include TVs? TVs?
Yeah, TVs, cell phones, computers, all of the above, all screens. Yep.
So we'll need to talk to each other.
So, dangers of poor spinal health. This is one that may be new for many of you. So, 90% of the stimulation and nutrition to our brains comes from movement of our spines. This is a quote directly from the research of Dr. Roger Sperry, who won a Nobel Prize for this work. I'm going to say it again. 90% of the nutrition to all of your brains comes from movement of your spines. So reason with me for a second. If we're sitting all day, what's happening to our spines? Is it moving? No. So what's happening to our brain? It's degenerating, right? So we got to get moving again. So the spine is our tool to change brain function. So here's a scan. This is a functional MRI brain scan. The one on the left right here. So the person was undergoing this brain scan while doing a stress test. And so you can see all that color almost looks like a clown wig. So that is a highly stressed brain. So that person is very susceptible to developing health conditions, and have joint pain, all kinds of different health conditions that can show up. It can be, you can get sick, you can have diagnoses of various diseases. It can show up in many ways. They then performed the same study on the same person, only this time they gave them a chiropractic adjustment first. Look at this brain. Does that look a little bit different?
Yeah.
So that is in real time showing the brain being able to adapt to stress more effectively. So what I do as a chiropractor is I find areas in the spine that aren't moving. I apply gentle pressure to get them moving again, which turns the brain back on, and people's health and physiology begins to come back online. So I know I'm running out of time, but I'm going to share one quick story. I had a patient come in, 23 years old. We're going to call her Sarah for privacy's sake. Sarah came in, was having multiple seizures per week. She couldn't drive. She was in chronic pain all throughout her body. In fact, her brain was so sick, her hair had all fallen out. After the first month of care, she told me that she didn't have any seizures anymore. After the second month of care, she told me that she was virtually out of pain. After the third month of care, she showed up to my office one day not wearing her wig because her hair started to regrow. So this is powerful stuff. When we help people's brains, we get their brains working, magic happens.
Well, you're a walking testimony too. Well, I guess I am too.
You are.
Just it's not as noticeable. No, Trevor's great. You got a new